Happy Book Talk Tuesday. All right, it's still April, so it's still National Library Month, and I am celebrating by talking to you every week about library books that I've read that I have loved. You don't have to get them from the library. You could purchase them, but they're free here if you want to get them from the library. So, my first one I want to talk to you about is I read this one many, many years ago. When I was living in Tennessee, y'all. That was a long time ago. So, When My Name Was Keoko is by Linda Sue Park. And this book is about Korea during right around World War II. They're under Japanese occupation, which means that Japan is like telling them what to do and pretty much being bullies and ugly. So in their schools, they are learning Japanese. They're learning Japanese. They cannot fly their Korean flags anymore. They have to pull out all the cherry trees, which is their national tree. And at some point, the Japanese emperor says, okay, now everyone has to take on Japanese names. You cannot have Korean names anymore. So they all have to change their names. Well, this book is told from two points of view, two siblings, an older brother and a younger sister. So Keoko is the girl, and she just doesn't understand why they have to, what it matters to Japan, like that they are Korean and their culture and what they have that's part of them. That she doesn't understand that part. So we hear her point of view, but we also hear her brother's point of view, and he doesn't agree with it, and he's going to fight for it. And his family wants to, not be harmed. They want him to be wise and not make poor choices. But there is suspicion that their uncle is working as part of the Korean resistance. They're resisting Japan coming in, and they want to fight for Korea. And at one point, the brother goes missing, and they can only imagine that he must be fighting for that resistance as well, because he felt really strongly in that. And so you see both points of view in this book, and I love it. I love books that do that anyway. I love different points of view. So that was one of my favorite. Another one is Maybe a Fox. So this is about two sisters named Sylvie and Jules. Yes. So Sylvie is almost a year older, or about a year older than Jules, and their mom has passed away many years ago, and so it's them and their dad. And they were supposed to be going to get on the bus one morning, and Sylvie runs out into the woods just to make a wish real quick, and she doesn't come back. And so the story is about Jules accepting that her sister is gone and trying to work through this. But at the same time that Sylvie disappears, there's another story happening in here, and there is a fox born. And so we are seeing the story of this baby fox that has been born. And then we're also seeing the story of Jules working through discovering who she is without her sister, because that has been such an important part of her life. Y'all, I loved every minute of that book. And it was lots of surprises and lots of anticipation and just lots of hope that I had when I was reading that book. Okay, another one of my favorites so I love all of Alan Gratz's books. I really do, especially his historical fiction, because I am a historical fiction girl. I love that. So Prisoner B-3087 was the first one I read. It is a story of a man named Jack Greener. I'm probably saying that wrong, but he was in 10 different concentration camps during World War II. So Alan Gratz spoke with Jack Greener and did interviews with him, and he kind of took his story and put it into Prisoner B-3087 and added some fictional things along the way. But at the back of here, there's an author's note that gives you a little bit more information about this real person that this book was inspired by. Fantastic. It's historical. My favorites. So, and then this one is short. This is realistic. I love realistic also, but historical and realistic are very similar. So Short is by Holly Sloan, and this girl in this book she is short for her age, and it bothers her. And her mom makes her be in this Wizard of Oz play during the summer, and they cast her as a munchkin, which really doesn't make her happy. But as she is going through the process of this play, she becomes friends with another lady, Olive, who is in the play, and she is an adult who has dwarfism, and it gives what is her name? I cannot remember. I like to tell you Julia. I like the main characters' names. I need to tell you. It gives Julia a whole new perspective, and she has this eccentric artist neighbor that no one's really sure what to do with down the street, and she also learns a lot through her neighbor as the summer goes on. And I think we always learn from each other. We always grow from our experiences, and I just really enjoyed reading this book. Also, I love The Wizard of Oz. It's really not that much about The Wizard of Oz. It's just that's the place she's in. All right. I hope y'all saw something that you would enjoy. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So she also has a book called Counting by Sevens, which was another one that I thought was fantastic. It's not on the shelf right now, so I can't really tell you much about that one. I mean, I can't show you that one. But that one is also another fantastic book about a girl who loses everything instantly. And there is a couple people that just jump in to try and do everything they can to help her out. But also, Linda Sue Park has written lots of books. A Single Shard, I loved that one as well. That's historical. But the one recently that I've read is Prairie Lotus, which is a different spin on Little House on the Prairie. And the girl, the main character, is half Asian because during the gold rush, takes place during westward expansion and the gold rush. So during the gold rush, there were a lot of people, a lot of immigrants from China that had come to California to work. And so you don't hear a lot about that. And so she has that story, Prairie Lotus, about that. And that one, I loved it. And I think it was as a necessary book for our times. And I'm so thankful that she wrote it. But those are some great authors. I hope you saw something that you enjoy. Have a great day and go read lots of books.